What's up, DJ fan? Welcome to another video on the channel. Welcome to another episode of Start to Spin. My name is Diego, also known as DJ Pretty Boy, alongside my boy Shay, also known as DJ Shay. And together we started this journey to talk about DJ related content, such as tips and tricks, our experiences, our knowledge, and just share it with you guys. So whether you are a seasoned DJ or a new DJ just getting started, this is the spot to be. And with that being said, let's go ahead and roll this intro. All right, guys, welcome back. We're here on another live, and this one is just a follow up to the one that we talked about last week. So last week we talked about the process of having your consultation, how important it is to have your first consultations, and obviously after that, then you will go into if you do get the event, then you will go to the next 2 3 consultations, depending on however you guys work it. But eventually you will go from the original one, which is the getting to know each other and making sure that you are the right DJ for them. Then you transition to having the next meeting, which is creating the timeline, working music wise, and when you do the timeline, it also includes all of the music for the first dances and father-daughter dance, all the important dances that they're gonna have. And also, I don't know about you guys, but I do request the clients to send me a playlist of like songs that they do like, songs that they do not like, a do not playlist, and also a must playlist. I it's very At least to me, it's very rare that I do get the people or the clients telling me that like a must playlist. I rarely get a must playlist, but if I get one, it's like 5 or 6 songs. I haven't had one that is like a humongous playlist. I do get playlists from them, and I do my research. I make sure that I have majority or based it on the music or on the singers that they want to hear. I also in our conversation to make sure that I am the right DJ for them. How we ask, how do you guys meet, or like any special songs that you guys that puts you guys together. Things like that can be helpful and can guide you in regards to making the event more memorable. So that is the process before the event. So now I want to show you and talk to you guys about the way I handle the day of the event. So let me go ahead and share my screen real quick right here. Give me a second. I'm gonna share my screen. All right, so here, that's better. All right, so the wedding process and how do I go about it? And again, this is just my take and how Pee Wee and I do this. It's not a right or wrong question, or it's not a right or wrong thing. You guys can definitely. I'm pretty sure that some of you might do the same. Some of you might do it differently, and that's totally fine. If you guys find something that I'm doing that you guys think is wrong, or something that it could be better, let me know in the comments. I would love to read your comments, and I can learn from you guys, and then maybe you guys can learn from me something that I do that you guys didn't think about doing. It's all a learning process here. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. And the first thing when it comes to the wedding process, right, is the pre-checkup. So what does that mean? So I let's say the event is on a Saturday. What I do is I like to go to my storage unit on Wednesday, either Wednesday or a Friday, and I go ahead and make sure that all my equipment is ready to go, clean, you know, cables, make sure that everything is good to go. I also test I take a little battery power uh, thing that I can connect my speakers just to make sure that they turn on and they project sound. Uh, I also make sure that my gear is ready, like all my cables, everything is ready and set up. So in my storage unit, like you guys seen on previous videos, I have a three-way setup in the storage unit. On the left side, I have all my small events. On the center, which is the one that I use the most, are my wedding gig stuff. And then on the right side, we have our 360 photo booth stuff. So it's just easier. Every time I know when I have an event, I know where to go. I know what to clean up, and everything is separated. I have cables and everything already set up for the weddings and quinces. I also have separate different bag of cables for the small parties, and I have the stuff like the props, the all the cables, the poles, and all of that for the 360. Everything all together on the right side. So whenever I need it, I go and we already know where to go. And let's say like usually when we do the 360, we have my wife is the one that runs it, and she just goes to the storage unit. She already knows what everything's gonna be in the same spot. All she needs to do, grab the stuff and run it. So I try to keep it as as clean and as neat as possible, because it's time consuming. So the faster you do it, the better it is. But also you gotta make sure that everything is work. So pre-check up with all of your equipment that you're taking the day off. That's very important. Now the next thing that I do is the arrival to the venue. So arriving to the venue, it's very important. So like for real, you need to be there minimum 2 to 3 hours before the ceremony starts. And that's something that I learned the hard way, because when I first started, I was, I didn't know anything, and I was just popping up there like an hour before, and it was not enough time. I was telling you, I was rushing, and like and Pee Wee too, and not taking in consideration that things might happen throughout like the time, that it's gonna take more time for you to to set up. And I'm telling you, that sucks. You don't want the pressure. The pressure is horrible. So you always want to be at least 2 to 3 hours. 3 hours, it's like perfect. 2 hours is good, but 3 hours, like I'm telling you, 3 hours is perfect because it allows you time for a lot of things. So like I have here, if you allow yourself 2 to 3 hours, this helps you and gives you ample time to like set up and don't feel rushed. Another thing is, when you do the setup, you can begin. You can take your time while you're doing this, and like, and then you get to try and test your sound. You can also make sure that the speakers. I don't think I'm OCD. The only thing is just I like everything to be symmetrical, and I don't want it to be like one up, one down, or like everything needs to be in the same level and on the same size. So I do that. Once we set up everything, we go, like, I step out and it needs to be centered. I don't like it to be a little bit to the right or left. Everything needs to be centered. That's just how I work. So it does take a little bit more. I have Pee Wee always checking out the microphones, making sure that everything works with the microphone, because speeches are gonna happen, and you don't want any issues, any problems. And quick tip: make sure you scan scan those microphones. I don't do them because I never had to. Uh, thank God it always worked for me. I should be scanning and my microphones, but I don't know. With my Phoenix PTU 71s, I've never had a problem like interference or anything like that. It's always worked perfectly. I guess I've been lucky, and and not wrong with that. But if you're having some, if you haven't previous interception before, then you might want to scan every single time, just for the best. And I have, let me see, I have, hey Shay, look at that, Shay is here. Hey, bro, thanks for holding it down. I'm trying to do it, but you should be you'll be here soon, so no problems. And he also says that 2 to 3 hours minimum. Yes, yes, 2 to 3 hours minimum for sure. Big weddings out there 4 hour early even. The you know what? 4 hours, that's like blessed. You get to like set up everything, do everything, and then you can go out and eat because you never know if you're gonna be fed at the event. I know that there's a lot of people that it seems like under contract that they need to be fed, and I also heard I don't know I was watching somebody else and they said that the photographer didn't get fed and she got mad or pissed off and then she just left and deleted everything because she didn't get fed or whatever. Like that's dumb. You're not in my eyes, you're not required to be fed. It's a nice thing to do for the clients to feed you guys as well or us, but it's not a requirement. It's not like they have to, but out of generosity, it should be. They should be feeding you. And then he's like, "Hey," and then no scanning. Yep, he knows what I'm talking about because I don't scan and he scans all the time. This is crazy to me, right? Exactly. Always bringing snacks in case you don't get to eat. Yeah, see, that's another thing that we do. Like when we go, since we're living with ample time, we go and we always stop by a 7-Eleven or a McDonald's, and then we eat. We buy some snacks. I usually get the plantain chips and a sugar-free Red Bull, and he's always getting his gulp, the big cup with Trulies or whatever he wants to drink. And yeah, and then once we get to the venue, we start eating while we're setting up, just listening to music, just having a chill and good time as we are preparing for this, and also ensuring that everything is set correctly how we want it to be set, and that helps you with time. So the more time you allow yourself when you arrive to the venue, it's gonna be better for you. Now, sound check, like I said, sound check is important, is huge because you want to make sure that you are checking the sounds, checking your levels. You don't want to be redlining. There's a lot of people that redline. They think that because they're redlining is like the best thing. No, it's not. You're actually saturating your sound. So try not to redline. You can use EQs, you can use your filters. There's so many ways that you can better your audio, but you want to make sure that you're not redlining. You're not doing it right if you redline. I know like there's gonna be some songs that you might you might redline, but it shouldn't be like the whole event. You just be mindful of that. And also that also allows you to coordinate with the venue coordinator, or even the date of coordinator, the wedding coordinator, anyone that's that should be running the show with you. That this is gonna help you because you have so much time after you set up, which setup usually takes about an hour and 30 minutes. And even if you're doing like if you're doing like DMX, it might take a little bit more, but just a little bit because you want to put everything, you want to put all the receivers, and then you want to make sure that it connects, and you want to make sure that you set up like the spotlight, you want to set up like all the lights and whatever, make sure that it works. So it could go up to like 2 hours, almost 2 hours and a half, and then you have those 30 minutes or an hour to talk to the venue coordinator, talk to the wedding planner, talk to everyone, network, basically talk to whoever's the people that the kitchen, or people that are gonna be providing the food, or the bartenders. You can just start talking to the network, give them your business card, they give you their business cards, and then you can start referring each other. So that's another way. It's great. It's huge to be at the venue with ample time. I cannot stress enough. You have to be there with a lot of time in your hands. That way you will have a peace of mind that you don't have to worry about anything. If anything goes wrong, you have time to fix. You have time to stop by, I don't know, a Walmart or something and buy the cable that you need. And then, you have that time, and that's what you want. You want to have enough time for everything, and you at least have like 15 to 10 minutes to like relax, come to all to your senses, be ready. If you pray, or whatever you do, just do it, do it. And it's just gonna be great. You're gonna feel better if you have all this time to, like, to do all this. So after that, the first thing, and based on what we talked about last week, we're gonna talk about you're doing the whole thing: the ceremony, cocktail hour, and reception. So the first thing that usually that happens on an event is the pre-ceremony. Now, mind you, that everything needs to be already talked with the client. So everything that I'm gonna say is keeping in mind that you already spoke to the client on your consultations. All right. So the first thing is 30 minutes before the event starts, the ceremony is gonna start. People are starting, start to come in. What you do is you want to put some ambient music, some background music, to play so guest arrives. Usually, what I use is quartet music of songs that are well known, and like pop or some rock songs that are well known, but it's all instrumental and at a regular volume, and that just sets a mood. Nothing crazy, because it's gonna be a ceremony. So basically, just preparing them for ceremony. Keep it nice, relaxed, mellow. There are some rock songs that are like soft rock, basically, that are nice. That are nice to listen to. Obviously, there's no lyrics, but you can tell basically once they start like hitting the chords, you can tell what song it is. And the next one is the adjustments. So you need to stay alert at all the time, especially on the ceremony, because the ceremony is like very important. You don't want it, especially if you are providing the microphones for the efficient and for them. You want to make sure that you are alert to any requests that they need, or if you want to do a lot of mic checks, especially once you start seeing that a lot of people are coming in. You want to do a mic check again and again and again, because you just want to make sure that your microphones are like spotless, like neat. You want to make sure that they work. You don't want to have any interference. And if you do get in some interference, and scan again, until you get like a good solid signal, because you don't want during the vowels that it's that like that, like starts cutting out, like, so that's horrible. This is not professional. So now, again, keep in mind that, again, we are into the technology, and technology can go down, but make sure that you also, if your regular microphones are not working, make sure that you have a backup, like a handheld with XLR, that you can plug into your speaker long enough so they can speak, they can hear their voice. Make sure that you have a backup, because it's very, very important to have a backup. So, hey, what's up, Smiley? Smiley showing up here. He's showing some love. What's up, man? Thank you. Yeah, check the mic and watch out for feedback with your mic levels. Yes. With that, I want to know: do you guys use a external mixer for ceremonies, or you guys connect directly to whatever speaker you're using? I'm interested to know. I personally connect directly, but I could use an external. It's just that it's much easier and faster to connect directly to my Everse 8. But I don't know. Do you guys connect to an external mixer, or you guys go directly to the speaker? Feedback kills the vibe at the ceremony. Happened to me bad once. All right. See, so yeah, that is true. Feedback does kill the vibe, because everybody's everybody's so focused on what they're talking about, and like the vowels, and whatever the priest or whatever the fisherman is saying, that the feedback, like, takes you out of that concentration. So we definitely want to avoid that. You don't want to get into that. And Shay says that he thinks that Ever's A has high quality mixer built in, so you're good. Uh, I also think so, but could never hurt to have an extra, some extra, more extra help from an external mixer. And he also said that some speakers are weak built-in mixers or not at all for mics. Yeah, that is true. So, but that means that's basically when you're trying to do weddings, and you know that you're going to 7, 8, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna be required or asked to do ceremony. You want to have a good quality speaker. You don't want to come up here with a Costco freaking that lights up, because it's not gonna one is not gonna sound right. Two is not gonna give you the peace of mind that you need, and you just want to make sure that you have some quality stuff. I'm not saying go all out. Don't spend thousands of dollars on a speaker that you're only gonna use for ceremonies. But like the Mackie Thumb Go, it's a good option. The Ever's 8, it's a really good option. I love it. So that it's just gonna work better. And Smiley said it's external mixer, but I'm gonna look into Comica mics to hook up directly. I need an Ever's 8 or a Mackie Go. Um, Based on my experience and what I've heard, because I've heard the Mackie Go is pretty good, but I feel like the Ever's is a bit better. Sound wise, I think it's better, but the Mackie Go does the job too. It's just that my preference, and I'm big on EV, so I will go for an EV. And obviously the price is way different. A Mackie Don't Go, I think, is like 400 some, and the EV8 is like almost 800. So it really depends on what you're looking at in regards to like pricing. But I'm telling you, if you get the Ever's 8, you won't regret it. And Jason can tell you I was right. And Shay laughed aloud, and he said, "Yeah, light out speaker for ceremony." Hey, I'm telling, I see some like that. But anyway, let's get back to the presentation. So now I already said the thing about the adjustments, and then obviously the ceremony music. When I review the playlist with the couples, and also, like, I don't know if you guys do this, but I do it because I want to make sure that they're okay with it. I sent them a list of the songs that I'm gonna play pre-ceremony, and also I want to make sure that they have if they have a processional, recessional, or any special request of songs during the ceremony part. It's very important, especially when they declare them married and they do their first kiss. You want to project a song. You want to give a song that it's meaningful to them. So on your consultation, that's one question that you might want to ask. Do you guys have a song that is like you guys' a song, like you guys met with that song or something like that, that you would like to be played as, like, like your recessional song right after you guys kiss? So those questions are also good to ask, but you want to make sure that the playlist, it's okay by the client. And I think that that's another thing that makes you like have a better connection with them, because you're tailoring every single aspect of this event for them. It's being tailored by them, and somewhat they have the power. So they're not doing the work behind it, but they feel like they have to say. So with that being said, the ceremony music, it's crucial to set the mood of everything. And again, you want to make sure that your playlist is checked. Make sure that the music you have is correct. Make sure you have cue points. If you use your computer for, like, let's say they want the processional and recessional, right? Make sure that you have the songs on your computer already queued up wherever you want it to be, and play it. And then right when the recession is, you know what to press play. and go from there. You have to be ready to go for any special requests, just in case. Right there in the event, they start telling you, "Oh, can you change? Can instead of the song that we chose, can you go and do this one?" You should be able to be okay with it, be able to change it. It's rare that that happens, but it could happen. So if it happens, you're ready for it. So and that just goes with the communication that you need to have. You make sure that you always stay in touch with the wedding coordinator, or the day of coordinator, or the venue, whoever is running that part of the ceremony. Make sure you stay in like a really high connection with them, because they are gonna guide you and let you know when to play the recession song, when to play the processional song, all of that stuff. You're gonna let them, captain the ceremony, because that's something like they're close to them. You're not there, so you can't really see what they're trying to do, or if they want to come out already, or they don't want to come out. That's somebody there that's gonna be doing that. And that's another thing that's very helpful, is having other people with you. Like with me, I have Pee Wee with me, and sometimes I have somebody else. So when that happens, I can go ahead and have one right there with the coordinator. The other person is checking volume, making sure that everything sounds fine, and I'm in the back with the speaker, making sure that everything's working correctly, and all of that. So when you have weddings, I I believe and I think that it's very useful and helpful to have people coming with you. So either one or two people, but always have someone with you. It's very helpful. Now they got married, right? They're 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 getting married. You go ahead and use their cues for the processional song, and everything starts. The timing in this is timing is crucial, because right when they say go, you gotta go. So make sure that you are on point when it comes to, like, the processional and the recessional songs, and and that helps also to guide the flow of the ceremony, and the timing is crucial in this part of the event. Now, after that, and with the regarding the and like I mentioned before already, with the microphones, if they're doing the vowels and they require you to have the microphone, provide the microphones, make sure that just the microphones are working fine. The ensure that the clarity with the EVA, you don't have to worry about it, because the clarity is crazy, it's crisp. So you don't have to worry about it. Just make sure that the volume is not too loud and it's not too low. And if anything, if you have to tell them or show them, like, do not speak, don't have the microphone here, but don't have it down all the way down here either, because then they can't hear you. Have it at a regular volume. Or if you lose lapels, when if clip it on one of them, make sure that you have that regulated to so they can hear both ends, because the lapels usually, some people or some DJs mic every single person, the officiant, the guy, and the girl. I don't do that. I feel like that's too many microphones. But I either, if they use a lapel, I go ahead and put it on the guy, because you don't want to, you can't touch the wife. So and the other one, usually a handheld for the efficient, or vice versa. It depends on what you want to do. Let me see what Smiley said right here. Let me see. All right. So Smiley says the do not depend on Wi-Fi or cell service to try to stream the music. I've seen some that try to do that and struggle at ceremony sites for not having songs downloaded. Yeah, see, and this is what I mean when it comes to, like, preparing. You do not depend, just like Smiley said, do not depend on Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi, especially on farms and things like that, they're ass. They don't work all the time. So make sure, especially for the ceremony part, make sure that you have the songs downloaded. Even if you have to get them from YouTube, it doesn't matter. As long as you have the song, you're good. You're good to go. but do not depend on Wi-Fi. It's the worst thing you can do. And hotspot, it sucks because if they don't have internet, they don't have Wi-Fi. Most likely, your cellular data it's not good either. So always make sure that you have downloaded music. If if there's something that I would like a tip that I could give you guys, any any special song, have it downloaded. Do not rely on Wi-Fi. Whether they have like the best Wi-Fi ever, do not rely on Wi-Fi. Use download music. Download every single song for the special, like the first dance, father daughter dance, mom son dance, any of those dances, ceremony, all of that. Use download the music. Download it, buy it, something, but do not use it. Do not try to stream it. Basically, anything else you can try, and hopefully, you don't hit the hurdle that there's no internet, there's no Wi-Fi, or that you can't use your Beat Source or Beatport or BitLink or whatever the other ones that they use. Make sure that you have the important songs downloaded. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and the flexibility. Another thing too in ceremonies, you have to be flexible because anything could change unexpectedly, and you have to be able to adapt to it. You have to be able to change the course of action because sometimes you have something planned, you have something on the timeline, but it doesn't go that way. And let's say, for instance, the bride was supposed to come out 4:45, but she can't come out because her dad is not there yet. There's traffic and he's not there, or he went to the bathroom and those little things. 5 minutes, 5, 10 minutes in a ceremony, it doesn't kill anything. It doesn't make a huge difference because you can the cocktail hour is next, so you can cut and you can adjust. So it's very simple, but it's just how you react to this type of things that makes you and professional and makes you look like you know what you're doing. So make sure you are flexible when it comes to like changes and the music continues. So right after the ceremony is done, they kiss, you do the recessional song. You can transition, grab the microphone. Well, in my case, Pee Wee grabs the microphone and invites everyone to the cocktail hour. Right? So everybody goes to the cocktail hour, and per our conversation of last week, we're gonna go based on everything that was said last week. And last week it was on a farm. We had the hat trick, cocktail hour, ceremony, and reception all in a farm. They're all in the same place, different spots. So now we're done with ceremony, and now we're going to do cocktail hour. So we invite everyone to the cocktail hour, and as Pee Wee is inviting everyone to the cocktail hour, I'm already in the cocktail hour playing the music. I personally do not mix on cocktail hour. I already have a playlist that I talked to the client about, and they were okay with it, and that's what I'm playing. So I played that hour of cocktail hour, and I send. If I have three people, I will send the person that's usually recording to break down or tear down the ceremony setup. And usually I grab my Ever's 8 and I put it. I use it as my booth monitor. So I will tell him, hey, break down everything. The Ever's 8, put it on my booth, my DJ booth. The rest, put it in the car. Or if it needs to go somewhere else, I tell the other person. But it's important to as fast as you can break down from that, and use it to some for in your advantage for something else, or just put it away. But as long as you keep your area or whatever you use clean, you're golden. You're spot on. Let me see what Shay said right here real quick. It's okay. So he said What do you do? This came up for me, and I didn't know if I handled it right. If the officiant doesn't tell everyone to rise for the bride, do you, or do you talk with the officiant before? So in this case, that's something that we would address with the officiant before. We ask, well, first of all, we ask, we try to get to know him as we're miking him up. Like, yo, how long have you been doing this? Blah, blah, blah. Do you, and then he'll tell you a little bit about him. And then you can tell him, okay, just to clarify, do you want us to tell everyone to stand up? Or are you going to do it? Usually, or 9 times out of 10, they do it. They want to say it, because they want to build up the little, the confidence to start speaking on the microphone. And I don't know, that's how they want to do. We have never had to say it. Every time we spoke to the officiant, they always say, oh, no, I got it, we'll do it. So I'm like, okay. So yeah, you might want to talk to the officiant first in regards to that, but usually they want to do it because that's like an icebreaker. That's how I see it. Oh yeah, true. So Smiley said that's true. A wedding we had for March, the couple said they didn't want slow or mellow music for cocktail. They said throw the hits and get crunk. Okay, so that's a party right there. So with cocktail hour, it helps you to set the mood to let them know, yo, we're here to party. So I like that. I like that. Now in this case, did you send them like a playlist, or did you went based on what they sent you, or you just were like, okay, I'll see what I do, and then you just play whatever music you wanted. Hey, what's up, dude? James, how you doing? Welcome. I will motion for the vision to have everyone raise. Okay, so pretty much basically is to tell the officiant to have everyone raise up. That's good. That also works. But if we do not see them raise, yeah. So and like I said before, usually it's the officiant the one to do it, because it's a way to, like, break in, break in the ice or whatever, and they know that he's gonna be handling the ceremony, and we don't. I've never had to do it, so I like the idea with all these friends on the when you being the official now for the first time. I've been running into this more. Yeah, I think that's a trending thing. Like I've done like what I want to say like 6 or 7 weddings where like the best friend, or like somebody in a family member, someone there, it's the officiant. So, and that, I mean, at the end of the day, it's cool because it stays in the family, but you also want to keep some type of professionalism. Want to make sure that everything goes right with the officiant as well. I want at one of the weddings, the guy was like the best friend of the groom, not broom, of the groom, and as he was speaking and doing he was officiating, he started crying, and like I was like, "Whoa, what?" Like I know it's like your best friend and whatever, but right now it's not your friend. Right now you are doing something for a person, and so he just started crying, and then everybody was like, "Oh," so that was funny. But anyways, so he's saying what's up to JD and James Kane. So, and what is it? Okay, he said, "What up?" And Smiley says, "So we have the DJ for 2 previous events. So they have the DJ for 2 previous events. So I know what kind of music they like: hip hop, freestyle, and said no clean music." Okay. Oh, so yeah, they literally a crunk party. That's what's up, man. Those type of parties, at least in my area, or for my type of people, we don't get like that crazy. But it sounds like a fun. Sounds like it was a fun event. And break down and reconfigure. And that's just what I was saying about having somebody else run and do whatever you need them to do while you're handling the cocktail hour. Again, I have when I do weddings, I like to have 3 people with me. So Pee Wee, because he's always on the go with the microphone. The other person is either recording what we're doing, or carrying stuff, helping us out, and then myself. But when it comes to the cocktail hour, myself and Pee are busy, checking out the vibe of the people, who's tapping, who's nodding, who's singing the words of music, anything that can help us figure out what type of crowd we're gonna be dealing with. And now with the the expertise from Jimmy and the ideas that he had, I'm looking into bringing some of the stuff into them, like actually going to the people and talking to them. So I need to get comfortable with that. I'm not that type of person, but I'm pretty sure the Pee Wee can do it. So I'll tell him to do that. Yo, go to up to just start talking to them like you know them, and we'll see how that works. We'll probably put it on a video or something when that happens. But it'll be fun. It'll be fun to do something different, something that you're not used to. That way, everything is not like the same every single time. You don't want to do the same thing every single time. Like you don't want your cocktail hour music to be the same music every single time you do an event. Like you wanna change it up a little bit. So now let's say cocktail hour is done, is over with, and then now you have your reception. This is going based on your timeline. For reception, you need to make sure that you have your music is already queued up, ready to go for entrances. So a quick tip for you guys, I don't know if you guys do this already, but when I have, because right now another thing that's trending, that every single couple that is in the wedding party, they want to have their own song, right? And there's a specific parts of the song that they want. So what I do is I do that. I record the whole thing. I record it, and then I cue point, and all I have to do is literally, as Pee Wee is presenting them, I just press the next cue point, and then everything is in one song, and then I just cue point, cue point, cue point, cue point to whatever specific part of each song that they want to do. So that's something that I do. I don't know if you guys do it, or you guys literally load up every single song just to make sure that you don't mess up. And the way I know that I'm not messing up, because I already, like, I know that based on the song and the timeline that we have, we make sure that every single couple is on that same it's on the it goes aligned with the music. So every time he's presenting somebody, I press the next cue point and the next cue point, next cue point. So that's how I do the entrances. Let me see what Jimmy said. You have to be in the yes theory, be comfortable being uncomfortable. Once you reach the yes theory, you can accomplish anything. All right, I need to work on being on the yes theory. I'm still not comfortable with a lot of stuff. Like a lot of times I don't even record our setups because there's so many people there. I'm not comfortable doing it, so that's why I don't record my setups, how I'm setting up and things like that. But I only did it once, I think, and you guys saw it. But it's I don't know. I'm still not comfortable. I'm working on it though. I'm trying to get comfortable with that. So and again, when it comes to the entrances, you wanna guide the client to not to choose something like so slow, unless they're projecting, or they want to project that type of vibe. But based on the information that was provided on our last week, based on the event, on the fake event that we had, they didn't want it any slow music. They wanted to be like a party. So you want to make sure that, like, the music that they choose is upbeat, fun, and ready to go. The next thing is the special dances. So make sure that every single DJ software has a prepare list. So that's what I do. I put every single song that I'm gonna use in the prepare list, and I have a copy of the timeline, and I have them in order. So literally, I just go to my prepare list, go to the next song, go to the next song, go to the next song, and just start playing based on the dances. The first dance, father daughter dance, the mom and son dance, and sometimes they have like a family dance. So I already have that everything on my prepared list, ready to go. That way, I don't have to, worry about trying to find something that I don't, that I'm not gonna have. Make sure that the prepared list is huge. It's very important to have everything there, ready to go for you. It's very helpful. Smiley says that's a good idea. We haven't had that right now, but in Virtual DJ we have a section on the side for music to play and ready to go without having to look for folders or create. And is that like the IA that tells you the songs that to play again, like the next song that you can play, or it's something that you can drag and drop into that? Because I know that like, Serato doesn't have the IA thing yet. Well, I haven't seen it if it does, but it does have a prepared section where you just send all the songs that you want or that you're gonna use there. So when I start getting some requests and I already have them, I go ahead, I search them up and I put them on the prepared list, and I have them there just in case for whenever I want to use it. So that's how I do it. Yeah, the prepared list is what I meant. Okay, so yeah, I think that now every software should have it. So it's very useful. We have crates for dinner, music genre, style, themes, and with Virtual DJ you can set up auto mix, which can you add a folder and it will auto mix for you, adjust speed to be matched. Oh, see that's pretty cool. Uh, I don't think Serato has that, at least not yet. I feel like Serato's always like behind on everything, but so when a customer wants a certain type of music for cocktail hour, for example, we have them ready. Yeah, okay. So something like that. It's what I also what I also do. But I think with virtual DJ you have more options. Okay, and then after that, after the special dances, at least here in the DMV, it's dinner time. We usually have the entrances, presentations, then we have the special dances, and then dinner. And then dinner, this is where I really express and talk to my clients about, and I tell them there's a lot of people, a lot of clients that will go for a romantic type of like vibe for dinner, but I feel like that's just a little boring nowadays. I think like it should be like upbeat and I'm going obviously not blasting the music, but the beat, it should be just more outgoing than just so like like mellow, because you want to set the mood. You want to have them like singing along or like tapping their feet, or like gotta make sure that their feet are itching, ready to dance. And that's what we want. That's what we want. We want them to dance. You'll be ready to have fun. So that's very, very, very important. That's something that I stress to my clients. I'm like, what are we looking at in regards to dinner music? And then I say, in my experience, the music that works best is like pop music, or like in my case, when I do a lot of Hispanic ones, Latin pop. I use a Latin pop dinner playlist because I like the beat. It's not like a reggaeton beat, but it's not a melancholic beat either. But it's a whole bunch of just love songs in a Latin pop version. So that just helps. So when a customer wants to, okay, I already read that. We use this for cocktail hour, dinner, and mix live for the dance floor. That's right. I also do that too. Hey, Jimmy, thank you for stopping by. Appreciate that. And exactly, people will blame us for the slow, boring music during dinner. Yes, that is one thing that it bothers me. I have so many times, man. I'm telling you, so many times I have people come up to me and be like, "Hey, man, this music is like, boring. It's putting people to sleep." And I'm like, I'm sorry, but this is what the client wanted. So we have to go with this until the party. Once the party, starts, don't worry, I'll make sure that you guys enjoy it. But right now we are stuck. We're stuck with the music that it was. prepare for this. I don't know why. That's why I do take I do take dinner, and I do tell my clients, please, let's go this way, because it's just gonna be a better outcome for you, for your guest, and for us. We avoid a lot of people coming up to you saying it's boring. Even though the couple have requested it, the DJ take the heat. We always take the heat. That's for sure. We always take the hit. And I mean that's fine, I guess. At the end of the day, as long as we don't put more stress in the couple, we can take the heat. It's not gonna it's not gonna kill us. And then once the party starts, we show them what we can do. What we really do. And then encouragement again. When you start seeing, like in this case with Smiley was saying, when people start coming to you and it starts telling you, this is boring, like play something more upbeat or whatever, but the client was requested this. Some another thing that you can do in this case is and this something that it was supposed to be brought up on your consultation, doing games or doing something that is not just people sitting down listening to music. Games are very, very good to keep the momentum going, like what's it called, the shoe game, or you can do the picture dash, or there's so many games that you can do at a wedding that will help keep the flow going, keep it upbeat, and avoid those that I feel like it's dead time, because even when you're playing like some slow music, it's just people just sitting down, they're done eating, just waiting for something else to happen or waiting for the dance floor to be open. And that doesn't really help us, because we're trying to get these people like rattle up inside to be able to go and just dance the whole night. So that's another thing that's very important. If you see that your client is requesting for like slow, romantic music, propose this type of games, the shoe game. You can the picture dash. There's a couple of more that other games that you can do. I don't remember the top of my head right now, but there's so many other ways that you can go about it to make it somewhat fun without jeopardizing what they want, what the clients want. Now, in monitoring, and again, that's basically what I was just saying. The energy levels, that's something that we have to monitor all the time and play the music accordingly. But with regards to dinner, it's based on what they wanted, so you kind of limit it on that. But once the party starts, the open format is, that's when you already know what songs to play. And personally, I think that every single party, every single reception, when the dance floor is open, it should be played live. I've seen people, I've seen DJs. I'm not gonna say names, but I've seen DJs that play mixes, and I feel like you're doing a disservice to your clients if you're doing that. I think that you should, at least in the dancing portion, mix live. Everything should be live. It's very important. The connection that you have with the crowd is gonna be shown through your music. So it's to me it's crucial to mix live. Now, I love mixing live. We had, when they say the dance floor is open, but they decide to take pics at that time and in the middle of the dance floor. Yes, it happens often when like the dance floor is open, and then everybody's like, okay, let's take a picture, and everybody's in the center of the floor just taking pictures while like good music is being played out. Again, that's something that we can't control, but we can guide, and get jump on the mic and just tell everybody, hey guys, remember the dance floor is open, and we're here to enjoy and celebrate with Jimmy and Jackie. So come on to the dance floor. Let's enjoy this two hours, 2 hours and a half that we have here. Make sure that we make this night unforgettable for them. Write them up. Tell them that if they dance, then the couples are gonna be very happy. They're gonna enjoy. They're gonna enjoy it. They're gonna be very thankful and all that. And at the end of the day, you came to this party to party. You came here for the party and for the food. So come party, you know. So after that reception, after the good stuff, then comes the end of the night. So basically, you already know. Like, I don't know how you guys do it, but basically, 10 minutes before, we go ahead and start letting them know, like, we're coming to a closure. And once it's the last song, I do tell them there's a last, there's gonna this is the last song. With this song, we're living, or like, anything like that. So they already know. And I also want to, I also make it trying to make it memorable for them, because I want to make sure that they are enjoying it, that they're liking the liking the music. Hold up, I just lost my thing. I don't know what happened. Give me a second. Let me see what happened here. Okay, so I don't know what happened, but let me go ahead and let me go back here. So, like I was saying, on the end of the night, I'm just gonna leave you like that. Okay. So on the end of the night, make sure that you. I don't know if you guys have a way of saying like your farewell, or like goodbye. But usually, what we say on once it gets to the end of the night, we tell them, guys, thank you on behalf of the bride and groom, or their names, if we want to use their names. On behalf of Jackie and James, we want to thank you, everyone, for showing up, showing some love, coming up here, taking some time out of your busy day to come and enjoy with us. Hopefully, you guys have a wonderful night. Enjoy it. Drive safe. See you on the next time. Boom. That's it. And then we go ahead and play the last song. And obviously, as you do the farewell, you already know, based on your consultations, if you're gonna have, like, there's a long last dance, or if there's gonna be a sparkler exit or anything like that. So if there is gonna be uh, a sparkler exit, or any specific send off, make sure that you wanna say it before you play the last dance, because as you play, if you just say, "Oh yeah, this is the last dance," and then everybody's just gonna start, going away or whatever. But if you say, "Okay, guys, we are going to play. This is gonna be the last song. Just so you know, there's gonna be a sparkler send off. So please, as everyone, enjoy the last dance. Make sure that don't forget to make your way outside so we can do the send off or whatever. Something like that. Make sure that you mention these things, because some people just don't care and they start leaving or like doing their own thing. So as long as you say it, then you're pretty much on the safe side when it comes to, like, saying, following up the timeline and talking about the sparkler send off. Or there's other ways to do, like, there's a whole bunch of send off nowadays that they like to do. Now, just remember, the after we're done with this, then we have to pack up. Our night is not done yet. Everything for them is done, but not for us. We need to pack up, make sure that everything is put back together. So in my case, once we announce the last dance, I'm having whoever's recording, I'm having that person pick up all of our uplights, and then Pee Wee is bringing up our stuff, our bags and everything, to put everything back together. As they're doing that, I'm bringing down my towers, and just letting the music play, but I'm bringing down my towers and all of that. And then once everything is already packed up, we're ready to go. The next thing that we do, and then obviously we take it to our car. The next thing we do is do a walkthrough, or a check of any walkthrough. We call it walkthrough, but essentially what that means is that we all go in there and we make sure that we don't leave anything that is ours. And key, and this is huge, and this is a tip for you guys. Please, when you leave that place, leave it clean, just like you found it. Do not leave your cup, or your trash, the papers, or the gap tape. Don't, no, pick it up, put it in a trash bag, throw it in the trash. the venue will appreciate it. Just remember, they have to clean up and do all that. The less that they have to clean up, the less that they have to stay longer, the more they will appreciate that, and they might keep you in consideration for next time, or when they ask for a DJ, they will like, oh yeah, we like working with this DJ, just because you were clean, you did your job, but just keep your area clean at all times. Don't have a mess. Don't leave like whatever bottles or like your drinks. Don't leave them there. Pick up, throw it in the trash, leave it as clean as neat as possible. That's very, very important to do that. And then after that, post event. Now that's another question that I have for you guys. So when you guys are done with your event, done with the gig, how how often, or when do you follow back? When do you follow up with them? You For me, it really depends. If I had that really strong connection with that couple, and we were able to work together like hand in hand, then I literally the next day on Sunday I will be like, hey guys, thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you for allowing us to DJ your wedding. We appreciate it. We're so thankful that we were chosen by you guys, and hopefully you guys liked it. Please give us some feedback if you want to, and if you wouldn't mind, and whenever you have time, can you please go ahead and give us a review, and here's the link. And then I send them a text, and 9 times out of 10 they tell me, oh yeah, no, you guys did awesome. It was cool. Thank you very much. You guys were great, whatever. We'll definitely go ahead and give you a review. So that's how I do it. I do it like the next day with the people that I built that really strong connection, that we work together doing the timeline, doing that, because I already have the connection with them. But when I do clients that I haven't had that much, connection, well, I don't want to say connection, but I didn't talk to them as much because there's no timeline to work or whatever, so we weren't as close. I do give it about a week to reach back and ask for feedback, because usually after they get married, the first thing they do is they go on a honeymoon, so you don't want to bother them during that. So I wait a week, sometimes week and a half, but I do wait, minimum a week. But when I do have someone that I already spoke to, and we build a connection because we spoke often, then I do it the next day. So I don't know. You guys, let me know how you guys do it, because I would like to know how other people reach back for feedback and for reviews. That's very important for me, because again, that's how other people will find you. The first thing they do, they go to your website and they go to your reviews, and then they want to see how your reviews are. Now that doesn't guarantee you see, like, 5 stars, everything went well, every single review is amazing. That does not guarantee that. At one given point, the DJ has a bad day, something goes wrong or whatever. But it's a good guide to know that this person is professional. He knows what he's doing, and gives the client a peace of mind that they're hiring someone that's gonna be able to handle, their heat. So that's that for my presentation. And now let me see what Smiley said right here. Yeah, we do something similar, but always have a banger ready in case people start screaming for another song. Well, see, in this case, if you know that the sparkler send off, it's supposed to be a 10, and you say, okay, guys, last song, it's 9:55, and you want them to be over there, at the sparkler send off, because at 10 they're working out, and they want another song. Unfortunately, you can't do it, because then you're contradicting the timeline, and not maybe the bride and the groom might not be happy with that. So I guess in that case, another perfect example of communication. In this case, you will have to somehow find a way to reach out to the client on the spot and be like, "Hey, can we do one more song?" Or do you just want to end it off and have your, your have your send off? I'm pretty sure they might say, "Yeah, yeah, put another song." I don't see why not, but again, as long as you have good communication with whoever is running the show in there, besides you, because obviously you're running the show there too. But the most important part is you have good communication with everyone that is somewhat in ownership of whatever part of the event. Then it's gonna be a great and successful event. So that's pretty much how I or we in Las Rocas Entertainment we run our pre-consultation. As you guys know from last video, if you haven't seen it, you guys can go back to it and see it. I think it's on the description below. And this is how we usually run the day of the event. So if you guys have any comments, critiques, or anything like that, make sure that you put them on the comments. I'm always reading all of them and trying to answer to every single comment that you guys put. Thank you guys for your time, because I know that you guys take a lot of your time to jump in and interact with me. I appreciate that you guys interact with me, and like I'm not just talking to myself. So thank you again, guys. Thank you very much for the love, and we'll see you on the next episode. Stay put, because Shay is coming pretty soon. He's coming back pretty soon. So, and next week, I don't know. Next week we might have somebody else in the show with me. We will see. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see what's going on. But anyways, guys, thank you very much, and you guys have a good one. Peace.